In today's video, we are going to be discussing the pros and the cons of becoming a medical assistant. I know I touched on this topic before in the past, but I just wanted to give you guys an updated 2024 version of some pros and some cons. A lot of the things are still the same. Some things are a little bit different. So stay tuned, watch all the way to the end, and don't forget to subscribe.
I found you, girl, I like being around you. Feel like Kanye, I'm bound to. Shawty, if you down, I'm down to. Yeah, I found you, girl, I like being around you. Feel like Kanye, I'm bound to. Shawty, if you down, I'm down to.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shay Marie. Baby, welcome to the party. Please make sure everybody is liking, commenting, and subscribing, and don't forget to turn your post notification bells on so you can be notified every single time that I upload. So the first pro that I do have about becoming a medical assistant is if you're interested in just the medical field, period, I think that becoming a medical assistant is very beneficial. You get a lot of hands-on work, especially if you're looking to become a nurse or even a doctor later on in the future. Medical assistant is perfect for that. You know, learning how to do vitals, draw blood, perform EKGs, a lot of different testings. You're gonna learn that as a medical assistant, so that's definitely a plus if you're interested in becoming a medical assistant. Don't think like you're a nurse, you're not going to be alone while you're dealing with patients. You're definitely going to be working under provider's order, whether it's an actual doctor or physician assistant or even a nurse practitioner. You're going to be working under somebody that's way higher than you. So there's no need to be afraid or scared. If you have any questions, just definitely ask them. Now, that could also be a con, right? Working with providers. A lot of them, some of them look down on you, right? For one, I don't understand why they're looking down on a medical assistant, because everybody has to start somewhere. Now, some of them started as a medical assistant, some of them started as home health aides or CNAs, whatever the case may be. But you will have those providers that are looking down on you. You're also going to have some providers that's expecting you to just know everything. For some reason, I don't know why. Like, that's not my job. I'm just here as a medical assistant to assist you, to help you so you don't have to do certain things. So don't get discouraged, but there are going to be like a lot of providers or nurses, whatever you will be working with, that's going to talk down or look down on you. Don't get discouraged, okay? Just continue to be the best medical assistant you can be and always ask questions. Don't try to do anything that's gonna make things worse, if that makes sense. Like, if you don't know how to draw blood, don't go in there just trying to find a vein and do it by yourself. Tell the provider, oh, I'm not too good with drawing blood, can you show me, or can you do it for me? You know, make things a little bit easier. Another thing is each provider is going to be different. So the good thing about that is you'll learn how to navigate and work with different type of providers. But that could also be a hassle, because some providers are like very strict. They want things to be a certain way, whereas another provider that you're going to be working with, they don't want you to do it that way at all. So again, just always ask questions so you're a step ahead of them and you're not wasting their time. You don't want to get pissed off. You don't want to get frustrated. Just always ask questions. Asking questions is going to be your best friend as a medical assistant. Another pro about being a medical assistant is the hours. So it really does depend where you're working, the hours and the location. Some medical assistants are just Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, 7 to 3, 9 to 5. It's always within that 9 to 5 type of vibe as a medical assistant. And then some medical assistant jobs are 3 to 4 days a week, 12-hour shifts. Either way, you're gonna have the weekend off to yourself if you're doing that. Sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, but most medical assistants will have the weekend off if they're doing that Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 type of vibe. If not, you still will have your 2 days off with that 9 to 5 type of hours. If you're working those 12-hour shifts, you're going to be off for 3 days at a time. Sometimes it's like in a row. Most of the time it's 3 days in a row that you'll be off, because you'll be working like an A shift or a B shift. So if you're working the A shift, you'll come in, let's just say Sunday through Wednesday, and you're doing your 12 hours that way. And then if you're like part of B shift, you're working that Wednesday through Saturday and you're working your 12 hours. So either way, you still have those 3 days off. That could be a pro. Again, that's also a con. The con to that would be like, you're working a 12-hour shift pretty much 3 to 4 days out the week, and then you feel like you have to recover the other 3 days that you're off. Basically, the other 3 to 4 days depends on your shift and where you're working, but you just feel like you have no time for yourself. Like, dang, I've been working all week, all these hours, and you know, I wanted to sleep in on my day off and not have to get back up and do it all over. But again, that's pretty much with any job, like depending on whatever your shift is for any job. But those specific hours could be a pro. Like me personally, I do the 3 days on, 3 days off, 12-hour shifts, and I actually like those hours. But then again, sometimes I'm upset, like, oh my God, I wish I had the entire weekend off. I don't even have the weekend off because my weekend is pretty much Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it really does depend on when you're working and if you like it. But another pro of becoming a medical assistant is that the job is repetitive. I know that may sound like a con, because it is, but it's also a pro. So we're going to get into the pro side of that first, and then I'll speak on the con side. Again, the job is very repetitive, so you get to learn much quicker, because it's like, okay, I'm doing the same thing every single day. By day 3, you should already have it down packed, unless it's something new that you really didn't get that much experience on. But you're pretty much doing the same thing every single day as far as vitals. Let's just say you're working in a cardiologist's office. You already know you're taking the patient's vitals, taking their medical history, and then you're performing most likely an EKG on every single patient. So it's very repetitive. Okay, so you're gonna be learning, you're gonna be experiencing the same thing. So, you know, that's a pro to me. Now, the con side of that is it's very repetitive. That could be so annoying. It's like, oh my God, like I eat, I breathe, and the same thing. Like, that could be so annoying, and it could be very discouraging also, because it's like, I don't want to do this job no more. I'm doing the same thing every single day. I'm tired. Like, I want to find something else. I want to do something else. But again, like I said, that could be a pro, especially if you're tired and you go to work and it's like, all right, I know I'm doing the same thing. After I knock this out, I could just hang out and chill until the next patient comes, you know? It's not like, oh, I got to do this and then I don't know what I'm going to do next. And I don't no, you're doing the same exact thing every single time, every single day that you're going to be working. So again, pro and con. Another pro would be the ability to specialize. So you have that option once you become a medical assistant, or even if you're not an actual medical assistant, you're just looking to become a medical assistant, you can literally work in any field. Okay, so if you decide, again, like, I want to work at the cardiologist, or I want to work at a podiatrist's office, I want to work at a gynecologist's office, I want to work at an urgent care, I want to work at a hospital, the choice is literally up to you. Okay, so that's a pro. Like, you literally get to choose where you want to work. Now, the downside of specializing is you've been working at this one like specialty for so long that that's all you know. You know nothing else about doing anything else. Okay, so if you're working at a gynecologist's office, you're gonna know everything about, depending on if it's an OBGYN or just a gynecologist, you're gonna know everything about pregnancy, as far as taking their blood pressure, drawing their blood, doing their urine. You're gonna know all of those things. Okay, you're also going to be helping the provider, like when they, you know, check out the mom to be. You're gonna be helping with all of those things. Now, if you've been working at a gynecologist's office all this time and you go to the cardiologist, you're not gonna know how to do an EKG, or even if you have done an EKG before, you probably won't remember. If you're working at a cardiologist's office and you go over to podiatry, what do you know about toes? You know what I mean? Like, when you're working in a certain specialty, it kind of boxes you in, so you only know those things. So I personally recommend working at a hospital or urgent care first before you branch off and go into a certain specialty, only because once you work in a hospital or urgent care, you kind of learn a variety of different things. You're learning everything. Why? Because you're seeing different patients for different things. You might be drawing blood on one patient, the next patient you're just doing a COVID test, the next person you're doing a strep test, the next person you're doing a urine test. Like, it really just depends, and that's why I would recommend going that route. But specialty is always a good thing, especially if you love kids and you only want to work in a pediatrics office, you know. So like, the choice being yours is a good thing. One thing that I do not like about medical assistant is the pay. Obviously you have the opportunity to make much more as a medical assistant, but let's be realistic. 9 times out of 10 when you're starting out at these jobs, they're not paying you top dollar. Like, they don't care who you are, what you do. They're not paying you top dollar unless you have all of your certifications as well as experience. And most people that's becoming a medical assistant, they don't have that. So when you come in, you're making minimum wage, or you're making $1 or $2 more, which to some people that may be good, but for me that was never okay. Like, I'm one of those people where I need $4 to $5 more. So just be careful with that when picking your job. Always upsell. Let's put it that way. Always upsell. So when they say, oh, how much do you think we should pay you? If minimum wage in your state is $19, how much do you think we should pay you? $23. Why should we pay you $23? And then you go on the list. Oh, I'm a great learner. I have this, I have that, I have this. You know, it doesn't matter, but always upsell. Even if they don't agree with the 23, you already set that tone for 23. So now they may say, oh, well, I can't offer you 23, but we can offer you 21. I'll take it. Better than minimum wage. So overall, there are a lot of pros to becoming a medical assistant. The choice is really yours. Like, medical assistant is really going to be what you make it. So obviously there's going to be some things that you just can't control, but then there are things that you can control. Always control your temper. Always remember what you're doing it for. Always remember your end goal. If you're just doing this for patient care hours, you just need a little bit of experience before you branch off to nursing, before you go to medical school. Like, always remember the end goal, and always remember what you're doing it for. Don't let anybody talk down to you. Always report somebody if you know for a fact something isn't right, because there are a lot of people who will try to belittle you. But understand that medical assistants are very much needed in these offices, and a lot of offices cannot run smoothly without the medical assistant. Like, I can't even imagine going into my job and the actual doctor has to bring the patient in, take the vital signs, get the medical history, ask what the patient is coming in for, perform the test, run the test, go back. Like, it's a lot. We are very much needed, and don't let nobody forget that, okay? I hope this video has helped everyone who's thinking about becoming a medical assistant, or even if you are new to medical assistant. I hope this video did help you out. Please make sure everybody does liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to turn your post notification bells on so you can be notified every single time that I upload, okay? Don't forget to watch my previous videos and just help me out. Just watch it, okay? Watch it and go send me a like. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I found you, girl, I like being